Hello, good morning, students. We were seeing the fourth module, where in fourth module you have the greedy technique. So we are now seeing the greedy technique. So when you see the greedy technique, we have, uh, I'll just refresh it. Greedy technique, we have the um, optimization problem, where the optimization problem, there are two types, optimization and approximate. So here we are going to deal with the optimization problem, where you will be having, you need to go through a set of choices where it will be feasible, locally optimal and irrevocable. So when you talk about feasibility, I have told you before only that there is certain constraints to be satisfied. Based on the constraints, we are moving it. So every stage when you choose a particular choice, the choice will be by keeping mind in your constraints. Next, when you say it as locally optimal, um, we are going to solve a optimization problem, where in the optimization problem, the final solution will be a optimal solution. So each steps when you go also, in that particular step, we are seeing to that it is a optimal one. So only we call it as a locally optimal. Now, when you go through various stages, each stage when you go forward, it will be depending upon the choices we have made previously. So if there is any error in the previous steps, that cannot be corrected. Okay, if at all you want to correct it, you need to redo it from the start. So this is what your greedy technique is. So based on this, we have seen how to go for change making problem. We have also seen for constructing the spanning tree. So you know what is a spanning tree, isn't it? The spanning tree is nothing but it is a connected acyclic subgraph of a given graph, which will be including all the vertices. So what is minimum spanning tree? You have to find out the weight of the tree. Weight of the tree is nothing but you will be having the sum of weights of all the edges. So here we have seen that in so you will be having a node which says that um, you will be having it by saying that whenever you go for so here um, you are having the vertex A, so you will be taking A, and then we will be moving on to C. So you will be doing C, then you will be going to the another vertex, which is nothing but it is B, and you will be taking D also. So this is what your um, spanning tree is. Here if you see, we have you are saying that we have the um, you have the vertices A is taken, you have the vertex C, you have vertex D, and you have also vertex B. So all the vertices are covered here. Now what is the value? The value of this vertex is 2, and edge is 2, and this is it is nothing but 6, and this is 1. So which means that you are going to create a spanning tree whose total weight will be equal to 9. So like this, we need to create various spanning trees, and we need to find out what is the weight of the tree. Here the weight of the tree is the sum of the weights of all the edges, which is equal to 9. Now what is minimum spanning tree? Will this be a minimum spanning tree? No. Now where you have to construct different tree structure. Now when you construct a different tree structure, we will be saying that you are going for the tree structure which says that, for example, suppose if you take the vertex as A, okay, the next vertex which you are choosing is um, which is of very less value, which is B. Then we will be moving on to D. From here we will be moving on to D. From D we will be moving on to C. Now, if you see the weight of the edges, the weight of the edges will be 2, weight of edges E to D is 1, weight of the edge B to D is 3. So what is 2 plus 3 plus 1? It is the total weight of the spanning tree is 6. So here you are going to find out a spanning tree which is giving you a minimum spanning tree. Understood? So how you obtained that? By constructing a tree whose its cost we have taken it as, see, since it is only a minimum number of vertices, minimum number of edges, we could easily make it out. But if your number of vertices are more, we cannot say that this is how we are going to construct it. So for that only you are given with various methods. What are the methods? One method what we have seen is the Prim's algorithm. Prim's algorithm says that if you go with A, as how we have seen here, we went with for A the nearest is C and B, but adjacents are C and B, but what is the nearest adjacent? It is B. So we are going from A to B. Now from B we will be moving on to its nearest adjacent. Nearest adjacent is B is having C as well as D. So which one we have chosen? We have chosen D. From D again you have B and D, but B is already visited. So the unvisited vertex is only C. So we are going to C and we got it as 6. So when you go for the Prim's algorithm, we have always, it is like a single tree structure. Clear? So this is how we find out what is the uh, we just say it as we will be going for the various values and we will be getting it now. Now what is next? The next is nothing but we are going for Prim's algorithm we have seen in the last class. So we are now moving on to the Kruskal algorithm. Okay, now in Kruskal algorithm, if you see, we have to first sort the edges in the increasing order of the length. You are growing the tree one at a time to produce the minimum cost spanning tree. On each iteration, you can find out that the next edge on the list will be added only if it doesn't form a cycle. If it forms a cycle, we will be skipping it. So here, since we are choosing the based on the increasing order of edge, it need not be always a single tree structure. That's why we consider it as forest. Why? Because what is a forest? Forest is nothing but a group of tree structures. So you have different, if you have different trees, then we will be calling it as a forest. So here, since we go according to the edge cost, we will not be constructing always with a single tree structure. That's the main difference between the Prim's algorithm and the Kruskal algorithm. In the Prim's algorithm, we have seen that once if you are constructing a tree structure, one of the vertices will be in the tree vertex and the other will be taken from the unseen. So only it is easy to identify whether it forms a cycle or not. So here we will be seeing algorithm. When you see the algorithm, we say that the edges are empty and the counter is 0. So how many edges will be there? The number of edges will be always one less than the number of vertices. So each time you create or you join the edge, you see that whether it is forming a cycle or not. So now what is being given here is, when you go with for a minimum spanning tree, you are creating a subgraph where the subgraph will be consisting of all vertices. It will be connected and there will be no cycles for this subgraph. What will be the value? You need to, what is the goal of it? The goal is nothing but you are finding the minimum of all the sum of weight of all the edges. So here, now we will take a graph which will be consisting of different vertices. Now, with the help of Kruskal algorithm says that you have to go according to the sorted order of the edges. So, according to the sorted order of edges, what we need to do is, we need to initially consider the graph with all its vertices and edges. Now, once if you consider as a graph, this is your graph. Once it consider this graph, then what you are doing is you keep including the minimum edge. Okay, minimum edges will be based on the whether it forms a cycle or not. So if it forms a cycle, we will be just ignoring it or we will be discarding it. So here, when you see this particular graph, from this graph, we will be just going based on the arbitrary vertex. The arbitrary vertex is nothing but it is considered to be E. So here we are taken all the vertices. Now, if you see what is the least one is you are given with a 2. So when there becomes a tie, the tie has to be broken arbitrarily. So you will be choosing B and D. Next we will be choosing F and G. So now you have two different trees. That is nothing but it is called as a forest. Now there are again two edges with the value 2. Take those two. Okay, it is not forming a cycle, so we can obviously we can take it. Now what is the next value? 3. If you take 3, it forms a cycle, so we are discarding it. 3 cannot be formed. Okay, because it forms a cycle. Now what is the next option? If you are not choosing B to E, since it forms a cycle, we are just discarding that particular edge even though it is having a least cost value. Okay, so B to E is not considered. Next you have 4. 4 is for A to D. Now go for A to D because it's a tie. Tie has to be broken arbitrarily. Now when you choose A to D, what it happens? It forms a cycle. So we will be discarding it. Next B to G. Whether it forms a cycle? No. So we are considering it. So what is the value of it? Value is 4. Next, what is next value? 5. It forms a cycle. So we are just discarding A. F is being discarded. So we are going to the next one, which is C to G, whose value is 6. Okay, so now how many steps you have finished? Now we are in now if you see, we have to find out the weight. What is the total weight? Total weight is 10 plus 5 15 16. So 16 is the total weight of the edge. So if you see the graph is having how many vertices? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. So have you considered all? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Yes, it is considered. But what is the number of edges? 1 2 3 4 5 6. Always the number of edges will be 1 less than the number of vertices. So with this, you have got a minimum cost spanning tree whose weight is 60. The same approach you can do it for your Prim's algorithm also. Okay, but here we have implemented the Kruskal algorithm, where it says that you keep on including there we have chosen with the arbitrary vertex, but here we will be choosing the one which is having the least cost. So we here the least cost is nothing but you have seen that it is B to D as well as F to G. Here again there is a tie, both are having the value as 1. Which one to choose? We will go according to the alphabetical order. So B to D is taken, then F to G is taken. Next D to E, if you see, okay, where the value is 2, so you are taking A to B and D to E. Next value is 3, it's forming a cycle, so we are discarding that. Okay, next is 4, again 4, there is a tie. Which one you will choose? A to D, but you cannot choose A to D because it forms a cycle, we are discarding it. Have you understood? This is how we will be moving on for the Kruskal algorithm. So I think by this simple method you would have understood how to take it, but what we are going to do is according to the exam point of view, you need to have a table which will be consisting of 3 different processing or 3 different columns, where it will be showing how we are going to select it. Okay, so here you just see the algorithm. It says that sort all the edges in the increasing order of edge weight. What is your edges? Initially it will be null. Now set a counter. Why we are setting a counter? Because when we get the last edge, that is if there are 6 vertices, when you get the 5th edge, you will be stopping the process. So the as and when the edges are included into the tree structure, we are saying that we will be uh, we will be increasing the counter value by 1. So K is 0, you initialize the number of processed edges, while E counter is less than V minus 1. Now it is 0, it is less than V minus 1. K is K plus 1. You are initializing the processed edge. Now ET union EIK, whether you see whether it is forming a cycle. If it is forming a cycle, you discard it. Otherwise, you include that edge into the tree. Now, once if you include the edge into the tree, your counter is increased by 1. So, based finally, when you finish everything, we will be returning with ET, which will be consisting of all the edges, which is V minus 1. So, here you are given with a graph where you have to put first in the sorted order. What is the sorted order? The sorted order, 1 is the least value. So which one we will be taking? We will be just B to C is the least order. So we will be taking it as the uh, least one. Okay. B to C is the least one. Then which is the next one? The next one is E to F. What is the next one? The next one is 3, which is AP. Then 4, if you see, you have B to F as well as C to F. Go according to the alphabetical order, if there are 2 with the same value. Next again 5 is also 2. So A to F as well as D to F. Next 6. A to E is also 6. C to D is also 6. The last is D to E, which is 8. So among this sorted list, which one is considered to be the least one? The least one is BC. So we have taken B to C with a value 1. So now what is the next value? The next value here in the list is, according to the list, is EF. So you are including EF into the tree structure. So those things are being highlighted. If you see, you can see that it has been highlighted once the edge is chosen. So EF is taken. Next, what is the value? The value is AB. So you have taken AB. Next, what is the value? The next value given is BF. So you are including B to F also. What is the next value? The next value is CF. Can you take CF? CF cannot be taken. Why? Because already BC is taken, BF is taken. So if you take CF, it forms a cycle. So we are discarding it. What is the next value? The next value is A to F. See here, A to B is also taken, B to F also taken. So can you take AF? It is not possible. It forms a cycle. So we are discarding it. Next, we are choosing D to F. Can you choose D to F? Yes, we can choose it. Okay. So we are chosen D to F. So here, what are the number of stages? Each time when you go ahead with, the counter will be increased by 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So how many vertices are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So how many times we need to process? We need to process V minus 1. V minus 1 is nothing but here we are processing 5 times and we are getting. So what is the total cost? 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5. So the total cost is 15. Have you understood? Is it clear? First, you say tree edges is empty. We have not chosen anything. Then you go according to the sorted list. Now, when you go according to the sorted list, you will be getting all the values before you choose a particular value. See here, B, C, E, F, A, B, BF is chosen, but CF cannot be chosen. Why? Because it forms a cycle. Similarly, AF cannot be chosen. Why? Because it cannot be, it forms a cycle. So even though there is some least value, you are not including all the least value. Certain values are being discarded. Why? Because it forms a cycle. And what is the number of edges, number of stages we have to go? The processed thing, when you say it as we are going to process it, E counter is always increased by 1. K is also increased by 1. So you know that when you get the E counter as 5, we will be stopping the process. 5 is less than, that is the number of edges from the graph taken will be 1 always less than the number of vertices. Clear? So according to the exam point of view, you have to show it like this. Now, if you see the algorithm is very simple. It is, but it is very hard to implement. Why? Because we have the cycle. So we need to always keep on checking for the cycles. So here we have something which is called as the union find algorithms. This union find algorithms will tell you what is the which edge we are just going it. We are going to take it and that whether that edge is going to be united or not into the tree structure. So here you are going to have a make set. Make set will be creating all the elements in one set where you will be having various operations and it will be done only once. Find of x, what it will do, it will be returning a subset which consists of x. What is the job of union of x comma y? It will be uniting the two different sets. We have found out that is in this, if you see, there will be two different tree structure. At the later stage, all these trees are being combined together to form a single tree structure. So for that, we need to use a union operation. There are two alternatives. One is your quick find algorithm, which will be optimizing the time efficiency for the find operation. The second one is the quick union operation, which will be optimizing the time efficiency for the union operation. So here you are given with 6 nodes, so all will be of independent nodes. At a particular stage, in one tree you will be having some 4 vertices, and another tree you will be having 2 vertices, so you are going to unite it. Okay, in this indicates the size, what is the first one and what is the last one. So last one is going to the last one, and here you are saying that there are no more nodes, so it is null. You know how to represent it in the form of a singly linked list. So you have 1, 4, 5 and 2. In the third list you have only 2, which is 3 and 6. So now if you say that you are going to unite these two, then we will be saying that see here the subset representative also says what is the element index and in which list it is obtained. So 1452, if you see, it is in first link list, whereas 3 and 6 it is in the third list, so it is given here. Okay, all others it indicates null value. Now if you are connecting with the 1 to 3, then all this will be going into the largest one. So for this last first list is having the large number, so it will be united with the largest number. So makes it is by seeing what is the time efficiency, and for each operation we will be requiring one time unit. So here you will be saying that there will be um, some around n operations will be there, and the time taken will be of n log n. Okay, so update and delete will be requiring n squared operation. So each AI, if you see, we will be updating it based on 2 power AI elements. So the number of possible updates here will be based on what is the updates for AI. For each AI, it's less than or equal to log n. So if there are n, then it will be n into log n. So union by size, if you see, the time efficiency will be based on the number of unions and finds. What is the number of unions here? It will be having at the most n minus 1 unions, and how many values you will be finding it? You will be finding it m. So the total will be order of n into log n plus 1. So the quick union can be represented by a tree where it will be consisting of the set elements, and instead of linked list representation, we are representing it in the form of a tree structure. So there will be for each and every make set, we will be requiring some order of one time, and if there are n elements to be done, then we will be saying it as total as n elements. So the union operation will be attaching a smaller tree to the root of a larger one, and that we will be calling it as union by rank. So to find out this, for each execution it takes order of log n time based on the height of the tree. We know that the height of the tree for with n elements will be always less than or equal to log n. So the number of union operation here also it is n minus 1, and the find is m. So the total value will be order of n plus m into log n. So here it's given for the union by rank. Union by rank is, see, you have a tree structure which consists of, instead of, see here we have represented with the first linked list which is consisting of 41452. Same thing here in the tree also we have connected with. Next, in the third one we had a 3 and 6, so this has been connected. Now if at all, if there is a connection between 1 to 3, the edge is formed within 1 to 3, you will be seeing which one is having more number of nodes. This is having more number of nodes, so obviously based on the size, this will be moved to this particular tree, and you will be having a single tree structure. So this can also be used for each and every execution. We will be using it as for the path compression also. So this is how we do the Kruskal algorithm. Now when you say it as Kruskal algorithm, you are going to sort the edges in the increasing order of length. You are going to keep on increasing the size of the tree structure. On each iteration, you are finding it. Before you add the edge, you are forming whether it is a cycle. So this is the algorithm for this. You are given with a graph. You need to do the processing. Processing will be tree edges. You will be having the sorted list of edges, and you have to show the illustration also. See to that whenever a edge is considered and it forms a cycle, please discard it. The total weight of the edge should also be given. So the total cost here we have already calculated, so that also should be specified. So here we are using the union find algorithms, and based on the union find algorithms, what is the time taken we are giving. So the time taken will be based on the n element set. So here you are representing either based on union by size or union by rank. Union by size means we will be using the linked list representation. Here we are used a doubly linked list, and where it mentions the size, the last node and first node, and each nodes are connected to the other node. When there is no more node to be connected, you are indicating it as null. Now here also, if you want to join to trees, at the end it will be the different trees will be joined to form a single tree structure. So if you want to join it, you see which one is having more number of nodes. So based on that, you will be connecting. But suppose if both are having 3 and 3, then you will be going according to the order. So this is union by size, where you know what is the time taken. Now union by rank says that you are constructing it as a tree structure where you will be having various nodes. Again, based on the number of nodes, we will be connecting it, and this is especially good for various path compression techniques, which is used in networks, etc. So this is how you have to explain the Kruskal's algorithm. Hope you have understood. You will also be asked for the differentiating between the comparison of Prim's algorithm and Kruskal algorithm, which you need to explain it in detail.